all our Sports Today family members. And boy, this is the biggest day when you have to look at India's World Cup preparation. The Asia Cup final is one of the ultimate pit stops when you have to look at how India are prepared for the World Cup. And because it's a final, this match is very, very important for the Indian cricket team and their psyche because you have to understand this is the first time India have ever come to the final since 2018. 2018 was the last time India had reached the final, and because of this, it's a very, very important game. 2019, 2021, 2022, you all saw the horrors. Now it is time for India to reassert their dominance, and they can very well do it because if you look at India in the Asia Cup finals, 8 finals they have been part of, 5 times they have won. So whenever they reach the final of the Asia Cup, they have lost 3 times, and all the 3 losses have come to Sri Lanka. Now, Sri Lanka, if you look at it, they have been part of 10 finals, and they have lost 5. So Sri Lanka's record, when you look at it in the finals, it's 50-50. For India, it is much better. So that is why India will face a very important match today in front of a packed Ketarama Stadium. And guess what? Who will they get the maximum support from? Sri Lanka is going to get the maximum support. Now, at this point, what is the weather? Nikhil had pointed out in the presentation in the earlier morning show that it is going to be rather uncertain when it comes to the rain. It's an uncertain day when you look at the rain. It is currently sunny, but rain is expected towards the later half of the day. That is also unpredictable because whenever we have seen heavy rain forecasts, then they have not come at this point. So it is a very, very I say unpredictable situation when it comes to the rain. I've given up on predicting on the rain. Remember, there is a reserve day for the final. But if there is a rain today, on 18th, it will resume from the point where it was stopped. So the final has a reserve day. There is no problem of it whatsoever because it's a final. You do want a reserve day. You do want an undisputed champion in that sense. So as per the changes are concerned, will they make any changes? I had already pointed out in the team preview yesterday that maybe Shreyas Iyer and Washington Sundar may not be able to come back in. Although if Shreyas Iyer comes, honestly, looking at the pitch that is going to be there, you would want to ensure that Shreyas Iyer comes in because he's a good player of spin. As simple as that. Take the harsh call, drop Ishan Kishan for no fault of his though. But Shreyas Iyer is a better player of spin. Ishan Kishan in the 2 games that is there, after the Pakistan match ended in Palakele, he's kind of not lived up to the hype. And that's why his struggles against Sri Lanka also, it was a very sad thing to see. And also in the game against Bangladesh, you saw, he did struggle against spin. So my number 4, I would still persist with KL Rahul or Ishan Kishan. It is interchangeable. It will be number 5. Number 5 will be Ishan Kishan or number 5 will be KL Rahul. Number 4 can also be any of these players. If Shreyas Iyer is past fit, he should ideally come back in, but I don't see him playing because India may not want to make too many changes at this point in time. So that is the current situation when it comes to India versus Pakistan. Rain, as far as it's concerned, very unpredictable. We don't know how the rain situation will be. 2, will India make any changes? Maybe all the seniors come back in, but I don't see Shreyas Iyer coming back in. Washington Sundar, would you want to play 3 spinners and drop Shardul Thakur? Maybe, maybe not. So that is the situation as far as India versus Sri Lanka is concerned. Finals, India won 5 out of 8, Sri Lanka won 5 out of 10. So it is pretty evenly matched, but Sri Lanka have lost more finals than it is. But do not count the hosts out because Sri Lanka at the Ketarama, they are a powerful side indeed. And let us make one more thing clear here. All 3 losses that India have had in the final have come courtesy Sri Lanka because you would know India versus Pakistan final has never happened. In 2018. Bangladesh almost came close to pulling off a spectacular win and they managed to do it India just managed to hang on by the skin of their teeth. They got it on the final ball thanks to Kedar Jadhav. So 2018 Asia Cup final, maybe you may have the vibes of that. Sri Lanka will be desperate to ensure they end their losing streak against India because 11 matches, India has won 9. Sri Lanka has just won 2. But in this Asia Cup 2023 encounter, Sri Lanka ran India very, very close indeed. So we are all set for a cracking final between India and Sri Lanka. One hopes that the rain does not play spoil sport yet again. We have seen far too many rain interruptions in this Asia Cup. We didn't have any interruption in India Bangladesh encounter. And so that is the current situation of India versus Sri Lanka. But as far as the situation with our neighbors is concerned, it's all going downhill, folks, because Naseem Shah is in danger of being ruled out. And one more factor is that the latest dressing room showdown that happened between Shaheen Afridi and Babar Azam. Now, that has really gotten a lot of people talking about it on social media because Babar Azam, he's often been criticized of lacking tactical acumen, and Shaheen Afridi has also been touted as one of the best captains that is there in Pakistan at this time. Unfortunately, that showdown saw it resulted in a kind of an ugly showdown in the dressing room, and Yunus Khan has criticized Babar Azam's captaincy and the way how he's handling it. He said, if you cannot handle pressure, then you cannot be the captain of Pakistan. That is the current situation in the Pakistan team. Remember, Naseem Shah is all but ruled out of the World Cup because of a serious shoulder injury that he suffered. And that is why it is a big problem for Pakistan. You don't know the situation of Haris Rauf. We don't know the situation of the other players. Pakistan can make changes until September 27, 28. All teams can. But there is a serious problem now with the Pakistan team. The bowlers, they are breaking down at the wrong time. The batsmen are not up to the ODI template that is there currently. And now this captaincy issue and the showdown that came in the Pakistan dressing room. So not good signs for Pakistan whatsoever in that way. Now from cricket, let us shift our attention to football. And we saw plenty of Premier League action. Manchester United lost 3-1 to Brighton. And it was an excellent exhibition from the team because Manchester United were kind of scratchy and they just could not get going. On the other hand, you saw Liverpool winning, you saw even Manchester City winning. So apart from Manchester United, all the other big clubs managed to win. But in Singapore, there was a major jolt when it came to the Formula One race there. In the qualifying that happened yesterday, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Red Bull domination, they went backwards. They didn't even get out of Q2. In Q3, it was totally different. And that is why it is a big surprise indeed. So, big jolt for Red Bull when you look at it. Max Verstappen and you may say Sergio Perez not making it to Q3. Now, I'll take some comments. Soni Kumari, Shreyas Iyer fitness update. We do not know what is the status update of Shreyas Iyer because he was not past fit in the Bangladesh game, but if he might feature in the game today if he's past fit. But if he's not picked, well, then one feels that perhaps he may not play even the ODI matches. He may not play the ODIs against Australia. So that is the current situation when you look at Shreyas Iyer. Maybe India might not include him. If he's past fit, then he has a chance for the Australia ODIs. If he's not past fit, then there is a big problem indeed for Shreyas Iyer. Rajan thinks SL spinners will be the key. Shamal Bhai Thakur is saying Gill will hit 188. Maybe he's in prime form. Averages over 61 this year. Is average if you look at when you look at wins, it is 77. So Shubman Gill might hold the key, the prince. Yes. Rajan, first India was SL Asia Cup final after 2010. Yes, of course, in Dambulla. Now, you might have seen my video if you have. Rajan, the trivia question for you. Which Indian batter hit a 50 in that game? Without Google search, please. Who hit a 50 in that match for India? I'll be awaiting that comment indeed. So, why ATP Chennai Open Tennis Tournament? Rajan, there is a lot of other problems that are there as far as the calendar is concerned, and that is why. Sandeep Naidu, any chance of rain today? Rain is predicted, Sandeep, but we have given up on predicting the weather in Sri Lanka. It was supposed to be raining now at this point, but you saw in Nikhil's report there was no rain whatsoever. Shubham Singh, you're absolutely right, my friend. Vignesh Konar is saying World Cup looking very exciting because South Africa doing tough fight also elsewhere. New Zealand giving tough contest. Very tough to predict winner of World Cup. Vignesh, yes, South Africa are giving a tough fight to Australia, but New Zealand, after that one game, England just ran roughshod, and that is why the amount of injuries that is there in the opposition camp, it will mean that it is a very open World Cup. The amount of injuries is there in Australia, Sri Lanka, even in New Zealand for that matter, South Africa for that matter. It is a very, very open World Cup. So that is the current situation when we look at the things. And Rajan, it was DK, my friend. That yellow guy, I'm very sorry to say, but then that is the latest news that is there all over the world. You will not find anything interesting at this point in time because India are in the final and there was no practice, no interaction whatsoever. We are also gearing up for the Asian Games as well. And that is the reason why that yellow guy, I am sorry to say that. Travis Head is out. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait, but it didn't look good. I think Travis Head's World Cup chances are over. What's your view on Kutsi? New Rabada of South Africa. He does look intimidating, don't Gerard Kutsi, Vignesh. So, yes, today is the final ODI between Australia and South Africa as well. Remember, South Africa, if they win the series, they would have come back from 0-2 down to win it. Australia, on the other hand, Johannesburg, they've often not had a good run there in the last couple of years. So, that is a big, big situation. That is a Shubham Singh, Daryl Mitchell out. He did dislocate his finger. They are assessing his fitness. Let's see how that happens. But Daryl Mitchell goes. Big, big blow for New Zealand. So we are building up for the Asia Cup final. It is going to be a cracking contest between India and Sri Lanka. It is Rajan. We visited Cricket Club Cafe in Colombo. I didn't get the chance to. That was the one place I really missed. But then I can go some other time as well. So that is the situation there. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so that when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.